If you want to make content on YouTube that doesn't look like it's made by a 5-year-old, then you may want to get some decent video editing software. Fortunately, there's plenty of good free options available, and you can actually get them legally, you dirty pirates. Also, I have made some basic video editing tutorials for a few of these programs to get you started. They are linked in the video description. As always, remember to pimp slap that like button. Let's try to get around 500 likes on this one. Subscribe for more, and if you have any questions, feedback or video requests, let me know in the comments below. With that said, let's get started. In third place we have Shotcut, which is a free open source nonlinear video editor. Basically what nonlinear means is that it can have a timeline with multiple video and audio tracks. So you can layer videos, images, music, sound effects and so on to create a better final result. Shotcut is also available for Windows, Mac and Linux operating systems, both as a 32-bit and 64-bit version. It can handle most of the popular media file types and can also export projects in many different video formats. And yes, it does support 4K footage and has a selection of special effects, albeit somewhat limited. Downloading Shotcut can be done from the shotcut.org website. Once you're there, just click on download in the top menu. On the downloads page, choose your operating system and version, either 32-bit or 64-bit, installer or portable, and the download should start immediately after clicking. So to get you guys started off with Shotcut, let's take a look at the absolute basics of editing with Shotcut. And yeah, to start off, just click here on open file to open a file. Just add, let's add this test video clip here into the project. So if you want to get started here, just click on the timeline button here. And now you have like this little timeline. You can't really see anything there yet, but I'm just gonna click here on this video, left click, hold and drag. And now you can see a new video track appear here. And you can also click here to add audio and video tracks. Alright, so if you want to trim this clip, reduce the size of it or whatever, you can just hover over one of the, either the start or the finish of the clip, and then just left click, hold and drag. Like that. Now you've reduced the size, and you can also cut out stuff from the clip. So for example, let's go here, and then there's a button here, a split button, which looks kind of like a razor blade or something. So you just click that, and then you go to another spot, and you click it again. You can also press S on your keyboard. Then you just select this clip here, and you press the delete key on your keyboard, and now there's kind of an empty space here, so you can just left click on another clip here next to it, and then just drag to reduce the space. Alright, so next thing you may want to know is how to add some filters or some effects. So let's just select the clip there and then go to the filters menu here, and then just click here on add filter, the little plus sign, and you can select from a number of different filters here. These are audio and these are just video. And here's like the favorites or the default filters or whatever. So I'm just going to select fade in video, and then select this other clip here and add another a fade out. So let's just go to the beginning of the clip here, and let's just play it back by pressing space. And there you can see kind of a fade in and a fade out. Alright, so now if you want to export the project, just click here on export. And there's a number of preset settings here, but this one that appears by default is pretty good, so I'm just gonna go with it. But you can change also the file type if you want, and you can change a number of different settings here. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the settings as they are right now, and then just click here on export file. And then it basically asks you where to save it and what's the file name and so on. So I'm just gonna click on save there, and now you can see here on the right it starts to actually export the clip. So that's pretty much it. That's the basics of editing with Shotcut. I hope this helped you out. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next up we have DaVinci Resolve 14, which is also a free nonlinear video editor. It is available for Windows, Mac and Linux computers, but only as a 64-bit version. Like Shotcut, DaVinci Resolve also supports 4K projects, most of the popular media file types, and can export projects in QuickTime MOV and MP4 video formats. Resolve also has excellent color grading capabilities. The main differences between DaVinci Resolve and Shotcut are that Resolve has a better interface, more special effects and features, and is slightly easier to learn how to use. Begin downloading DaVinci Resolve 14 by visiting blackmagicdesign.com/products/DaVinci Resolve. On the first page, there should be a download button. Click on it and choose your operating system. Don't select the studio version, that one isn't free. Then enter some details, whether or not they're accurate is your business. Once you're done, click on register and download in the lower right corner. On the next page, click on the download link to the zip file and begin your download. Let's take a look at the absolute basics of editing with DaVinci Resolve 14 just to help you guys get started a little bit. And if you need to know more, then I do have some basic tutorials that I've made. They're listed and linked in the description, so please check those out if you need more information. Alright, so when you start DaVinci Resolve for the first time, you'll have this untitled project here, and if you want to change the project settings, you can just right click, select project settings, and then you can change, for example, the timeline resolution. Right now it's 1080p, but you can change it to like 720p or, you know, Ultra HD or whatever. But I'm just going to leave it like that. Here you can change the frame rate as well. I'm just going to put it at 30 frames. And then I'm just going to click save. And then I'm going to double left click the project to start it off. Alright, so here we have the timeline, and here's kind of the media pool. Here's where the stuff that you're going to be pulling into the project, here's where it's going to be. So in order to import, the easiest way, in my opinion, is to just open a file browser and go to the folder where your stuff is, and then just drag and drop. Just left click, hold and drag. And no, I don't want to change anything. Alright, so now I want to drag it into the timeline to actually start editing, so I'm just going to left click, hold and drag. And here you can zoom in and zoom out in the timeline. Just going to zoom in a little bit more. There we go. And the timeline has two basic tools that you want to learn how to use, or actually three. So the first one would be the selection tool, which is the default one, and with that you can just select stuff in the timeline and then just you know, drag it around. And then there's the trim tool, so you just go to the end or beginning of a clip, image, or you know, whatever, and the arrow kind of turns into this bracket thing, so you can just left click there, hold and drag. And that's how you kind of trim the clip. And then there's one final tool, which is the razor tool, or razor edit mode. And you can just press it from here, or press B on your keyboard. And you can then, you know, remove, just left click here to make cuts. And then you can go back to the selection tool, select that, press delete, and it's gone. Alright, so one more thing you may want to know how to do is create transitions. So for example, let's just add a cross dissolve. Just add it there. Just from here, from the toolbox, video transitions, left click, hold and drag. So let's just see how that turned out. So now we have kind of a fade in effect. And a fade out effect as well. Alright, so now if you're done editing, you want to go to deliver to export down here. And here you can select from, you know, a number of preset settings, for example, YouTube 720p or 1080p. And then you can also change the format, for example, from QuickTime to MP4. And, you know, audio settings here as well. And various settings you can change here. And when you're done with the settings, just click here on Add to Render Queue and select a folder where you want to export. And now you can see the job is here in the render queue on the right. When you want to start exporting, just press on start render. And that's pretty much it. That's how you do it. And if you want to know more, I do have the basic tutorials linked in the description, so please check those out. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Finally, we have HitFilm Express 2017. This is without a doubt the best free video editing software currently available. However, it is only available as a 64-bit version for Windows and Mac computers. HitFilm Express is similar to DaVinci Resolve in many ways. It supports 4K footage and has similar media format support. However, it has a better functioning timeline and interface, as well as a compositing editor and overall more special effects and features. Additionally, it includes an integrated store where users can easily buy special effects packs and other additional features. HitFilm is going to be a bit more complicated than the other free editors to download, but it's not hard and definitely worth it. To download HitFilm Express 2017, head over to hitfilm.com/express. On the first page, there should be a button that says "Let's do it." Click it. On the next page, there should be another button that says "Get HitFilm Express free." Click that one. Now they will want you to tell your friends about HitFilm on a social media account, Twitter, Facebook, or Google+, in exchange for a free copy of the software. Choose your social media platform and share it with a post. Of course, if you don't use social media, then you can create a fake account and share it there. Next, they're going to ask you to create a free account on the HitFilm website, so just type in a username, your email, and a password. This you're going to need in order to activate your free license in the software and then unlock all of the free features. When you're done, scroll down and click on "Send me the download." Check your email, open the message sent by HitFilm, and click on the link for the download. Then simply download and install the software. After you launch it for the first time, remember to activate your free license for the software by logging into your HitFilm account in the editor itself. Alright, so we're going to be looking at the absolute basics of editing with HitFilm Express. If you need to know more, there's a basic tutorial linked in the video description that'll teach you a bit more than what I'm going to teach here. So check that one out, and yeah, let's get started here. So you just start up the software, and then you go here to the upper left where it says New, and just go ahead and click on that. And this will create a new project, and here you can adjust the project settings, you know, the resolution, frame rate, and so on. And you can select from these preset settings, which will make stuff a lot easier for you. Alright, then when you're done with that, just click on Start Editing. Alright, now we have our project here, and we want to start importing some files. And the files are basically going to end up here. And then when we want to edit them, we're going to pull them into the timeline over here on the right. Alright, so the easiest way is just to open up your file browser and then just pull in, you know, drag and drop some footage. So I'm going to drag and drop this test video like that. And then when I want to pull it into the timeline, I'm just going to left click, hold and drag. Alright, now in the timeline we have some editing tools here. The default tool is the selection tool, and then another important tool is the slice tool. So with the selection tool you can move around stuff like this, and then with the slice tool what you can do is you can cut away, you know, clips from the videos that you want to edit here. So and then when you cut something up like that, you can just select this selection tool and then just select that clip and delete it. And then if you want to delete this empty space, just right click here and select ripple delete gap, or you can just, you know, pull the clips together. And one more thing you may want to know before we export is how to add some effects. So we're just going to go here to effects, and what we're going to add is some transition effects. So I'm just going to open up this folder here, and let's grab this fade to color. Just left click, hold and drag it onto the clip that you want to have the fade effect on. And let's just add one more here at the end. And then when you want to preview your results, just press the space bar. And as you can see, it had kind of a fade in effect there. Okay, so once you're done editing, and you want to export, just go here down to the lower left of the timeline, and there's a little button here that says export contents. When you hover over it, just click on that, then click on go to export, and here on the left you can see the file here in the queue, and here's like the preset, so you can select different presets of what resolution you want to export it as. So you can export as 720p, 1080p, so on and so forth, different formats here. I'm just gonna go with this one, and here's the output. You can just click here, and then you can select the folder and the file name that you want to export it as. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And once you're done with all this, then you can go down here, and here's a button that says start exporting. Just click on that, and as you can see, now it started to export. And that's pretty much it. That's like the absolute basics. Again, if you want to know more, then check out the tutorial in the description. But this is pretty much it for this one, and yeah. Did you know that if you click the like button, it turns blue? You should try it out, it's pretty cool. Also, subscribe for more, and remember to turn notifications on. If you have any questions, feedback, or video requests, let me know in the comments below. Alright, that's it for this video. See you again in the next one.